Hello, good evening, and welcome to the Virtual Racers Club. We're here for round 2 of the VGT Season 4, and we are at Interlagos. They're using the Toyota Group X FT1 or something like that, FT1 VGT. And it's a Group X car. It's an absolute handful. These poor blighters out there trying to struggle to keep this car under control. And we're at round 2 here at Interlagos. There is tyre rules. We're going to have 2 races. We're going to have a sprint race, and we're going to have ourselves, well, it's not really a sprint race. Race 1 is 30 miles, or closest to it, and race 2 is 75 miles, or closest to it. And in 6 minutes, they'll be qualifying for 10 minutes. And qualifying, they'll pick what tyre they want to qualify on. If they qualify on the super softs, then that's what they'll have to start race 1 for, changing for. That'll be what race, so whatever they qualify on, they'll take into race 1. So between the super softs and the softs, whatever they don't use in race 1, oh, he's changing for quali. So whatever they don't use in qualifying in race 1, they'll use in the race 2. But in race 2, they have to use a set of medium racing tyres to be used at least one stint in race 2. You all clear with that, everyone? All good? Did I hash that out well? I lost myself in the middle there somewhere. I do apologise, because I was getting carried away with what was going on with the screen. So the table after one round is Liam Anfield at the top on 32 points. There's been some people in the stewards, there was a few people that used their go fast button. I don't want to say hybrid deployment because it just doesn't sound cool. They used their turbos in the first lap, and there is a huge rule that says no pushing that button on lap 1. No advantage to be gained by hybrid deployment on lap 1. It's like DRS, I suppose, in F1. They don't use it for the first 3 laps. Well, here at VRC, we do not use the turbo hybrid deployment system in lap 1. And a couple of people did, so the table might look a bit weird to what you saw last stream, because I think Homesick, Racer Brown, Guesty all got 30 seconds, but I don't know in what order or what races. So Liam Anfield, he is the winner of both races from round 1, and he is at the top of the table on 32 points. Ensign Newitt is second on 28 points, with Bandit in third on 27 points. Alongside Bandit, in fourth, we've got Guesty, also on 27 points. Barry Twins is fifth on 26 points. Homesick Alien 6th on 22 points. Racer Brown 7th on 21 points. Skyjacker 8th on 18 points. Cthulhu 9th on 16 points. Pat 10th on 14 points. Joker's 11th on 14 points. Dan Wolf 12th on 10 points. Rido 13th on 4 points. And Bunny yet to score, but he's with us. I've seen him. Guesty, we saw him in just a plain silver car. He's let someone go at it with a graffiti can since then, and it's looking mighty more colourful than it did last week. He did well last week, didn't he, except for his penalties for using hybrid, so he'll be out for blood. Cthulhu is going for racing softs. Are they qualifying? He hasn't asked ready yet. I think he's just set the room up ready for qualifying. But yeah, Guesty trying out a set of super softs here at Interlagos. I think it's a bit of a tyre killer. I ain't got my goggles, so we'll fight through the stream chat. Skyjack says, good evening, sir. Why, hello. And Ensign Newitt saying, hello all. Hello, Ensign. And Pat saying, hey, hi, Pat. Now, Skyjacker is asking if we are ready to get ourselves into qualifying. Qualifying is we didn't see it so much last round at Big Willow, but I mean the way they build up their turbo, their hybrid, is the little blue battery you see to the left of your screen next to the little car, and and its tyres, there's a little sort of half moon downwards. That's their fuel. In the middle of that is the battery. And you can see when they apply the brakes is when it builds up the hybrid. So on their qualifying, we might see a few on the last sector slowing right down, just riding their brakes hard so that they can build up some boost for the next lap. Hello. My son's eating my biscuits. He's come close just to rub it in. Oh. It's hard to speak when you've got a mouth full of... What are they? You're a donkey brain, Lennon. Mama Homesick in the chat saying, evening thingy, how are you? I'm good. Dunno, it's been one of those weeks where at work I don't feel very inspired, just sort of going through the motions, but I'm good. I'm alright. It's because we're getting close to the F1 build and I'm in that two minds whether or not I want to go and join the madness of F1 again, but don't. It is crazy. Crazy times. No, you stood right in front of the television. What do you think, you donkey brain? Jesus. So, Cthulhu, is that child abuse? I don't think it is. Cthulhu is out there. He looks like he's going for a set of softs. I don't think he started qualifying yet. Skyjacker trying to drag me into something which I'm rising above. I'm being the better person. Like Hamilton, we rise above, or whatever it is he says. Really should learn his saying, because I use it a lot. What's Hamilton saying? Do you know? Rise above or something? I love attention. Okay. Wow. So there you go. You can see Joker's going for super softs. Guesty's going for super softs. Liam Anfield's going for super softs. Bunny's going for super softs. The rest are possibly just going for the soft tyre. Interesting qualifying ahead then we have. And there is Skyjacker just entering to the track in his monster Toyota. He also, I think, got a penalty last week for pushing his button prematurely. Oh, still we rise is Hamilton's thing. That's it, Pat. I'm pretty sure every time I do a stream I ask, and you always tell me, still we rise. There you go. I can't even remember what it pertained to now. Ensign, you in the chat saying this car terrifies me. It looks like a handful. Dan in the chat saying I couldn't make it, but I will support you guys from here. Thanks, man. I think that's Dan Wolf. So Skyjacker leads him out on his out lap. Guesty second on track in those super softs. He's I don't know if he wants to try and get past Skyjacker. I think he's just giving himself a lot of space there, but he's on the faster tyre. He might come across Skyjacker. Is Skyjacker fully loaded as he deploys it up the hill? There he goes. He's tried to get that battery nice, and he's only used about half of it up the straight. I would have thought that would have been all gone by the time he gets to the first corner. Heavy onto the brakes though in the first corner. To his left, to the left, to the left, and then to the right. He goes now to the left, and then in a few hundred meters you can turn left again. Keep going left. Up the hill. He gets to go right again now. He's got no battery in there. Right turn, Clyde. All the way up over the hill. Car really gets unsettled there. You have to fight it a little bit as you get to the top. Heavy on the brakes for the hairpin. Then a little square as you see the car sideways in Skyjacker's hands, but he wrestles it under control. But I'm sure he'll know the time he's lost with that little maneuver, and then back into a hairpin to his right, and then down, swinging to the left, going downhill. Car getting very unstable, trying to pick your braking spot for this last corner is very difficult. Keeps the car within the track and then back up the hill, deploying that, but you can see Guesty has got closer going up the hill. So Skyjacker will be the first to cut the line. and we'll see what goods he has in his bag. A 1:26.4, but Guesty gazumps him straight away with a 25.6 on that set of super softs. Catula crosses the line third fastest. Wow, 0.003 of a second off of Skyjacker's time was Cthulhu there. He's on the soft tyre as well. Bunny only managing fourth with his set of super softs, and he'll be building that car up for the next run. Fifth, 0.2 behind. Bazza, no, has now gone up into fourth place. And he's on the soft tyre as well. It looks like the soft tyre, apart from Guesty, is the better tyre for qualifying. They seem to be getting better times out of them. They're all cross. Oh, Pat's in the race, and he's also in the stream. It confuses me. So Guesty on pole. Then we have Skyjacker in second. Catula in third, with Ensign Hewitt in fourth. Ensign Hewitt as well, doing a stand-up job. Second in the championship at the moment, alongside Bandit. And yeah, Barry Twins fifth fastest, Bunny sixth, Rido seventh fastest. He's gone for the super soft. Homesick Alien on the soft. He's down in eighth place. Ninth for Pat. And 10th Liam waiting before he unleashes his lap time. Jokus also on the super softs. It's very strange how the super soft guys, and Bandit there in 12th behind Jokus. Now Catula goes faster again ahead of Skyjacker. So Catula finding a good rhythm here at Interlagos, but Bunny is starting to find that pace now with his comeback. Don't call it a comeback, I was here all along. And Bunny there getting up into second place. Catula third fastest so far. Skyjacker down to fourth, with Liam Anfield now finding a bit of pace up into fifth spot, with Ensign Hewitt sixth, Bandit seventh. Jokers has just set a time. Barry Twins in eighth, and so has Pat. Ninth for Homesick Alien. A surprise for Homesick Alien, not finding the pace in this Group X car. He's not getting a good gel with her at the moment, losing the back end slightly. They said they're a handful. There's Pat in 10th place, 11th for Rido, and Jokus in 12th. So who didn't we see? We put a time in. We must have gone past. Was it Bandit? So let's pick someone, shall we? Sit with Bazza? No, Bazza's just having a moment. We'll stick with him anyway. See how this lap's doing. 4 more minutes left of qualifying here at Interlagos. Guesty getting faster again. Skyjacker going second fastest as we watch Bazza, but I don't think he's on a lap. We saw him going very wild into the hairpins. Homesick Alien going second fastest, finding pace now. Liam Anfield also going faster, and Rido also going faster. Rido up into 8th. We're watching Bazza in 10th. We haven't seen his sectors, but we did see he had a massive wild sideways moment, so we don't know if he's going to get a faster lap. He is not, unfortunately. Who else? Liam Anfield will watch. Seeing a lot of traffic at the moment is Liam. He's got Skyjacker just ahead of him. Joker's going faster. Where's that put Joker's in 9th spot there, just ahead of Bandits. Ensign Hewitt going faster. 5th fastest for Ensign Hewitt at the moment. A man on the move. He says this car seems mighty powerful for him, but he seems to be doing the business in the races. Liam Anfield then, we'll watch his lap. He looks like he's got past Skyjacker. It doesn't look like he's going extremely fast, so he might be doing a build-up lap. They're all coming up to their final runs. I mean, it's about 1 minute 20 something seconds around here. There's 2 minute 40, so that is pretty much 2 laps they'll squeeze out of this one. So Liam Anfield building it up. No, I think he's not going for it on this lap. He's not deployed any of that turbo. Crosses the line, no, 1.6 seconds down. He hasn't built up a bit of turbo for this lap. Oh, Skyjacker wipes out in the biggest possible way there at the top of the hill. And so Bunny is now fastest. Bunny has got pole position so far. And this is fantastic for Bunny. He's been away for a month or two, maybe more, and he's back again. Whoa. Going sideways through the first corner. Oh, no, not first corner, sorry. Pat in the chat saying, can't see Liam Anfield and I only see 11. Oh, right, so Pat can't see Liam. We might see some interesting stuff between Liam Anfield and Pat. Liam, what's going on with your internet? Liam, he's just cruising for a bruising at the moment. Looks like Rido's come across him. I'm pretty sure I remember that as Rido's. I do. So Rido and Bunny, I believe they are a father and son combo, have got the same sponsors. I bet they've got Fastlane on there as well somewhere if you had a close look. Fastlane conveyor belts, best conveyors in the industry, hands down. So Bunny is pole, Guesty is second. They're all on their final run now, surely. Homesick Alien, well, just about to start his final run. He's got good hybrid in there. It looks like Skyjacker's grabbing a toe from the Alien. Bandit's gone faster. He's gone 6th fastest. And this is getting very tight into as the clock runs down. Someone crosses the line, but they have not got any faster. Someone else. Right, I've got to try and find who's where. So we've got Ensign Ewer. He's coming up towards the line, but he's going to have another run in this one. I'm trying to find. Sorry, I know he's flashing around. Someone just crossed the line. I lost him. Didn't get him. Oh, it was Pat. Alright, we'll watch Bunny. Pole sitter. He's 7/10 down. Guesty coming up to the line. It's his final run. He's got a bit of a wiggle up coming up the hill. Can he do it? I'm not sure he can, you know. It's going to be tight as he crosses the line. He gets pole. He gets pole. Go back to Bunny. Bunny was 7/10 down on his time. I don't think Bunny is going to be able to grab this pole back. And so far it's Guesty on pole. And who's coming across the line? Cthulhu doesn't go any faster. Homesick Alien. He's coming up the hill. 3rd fastest. Can he get anything out of him? We've got Skyjacker grabbing a great toe from the Alien as well. Homesick Alien then heading towards the line. He's just been, Liam Anfield's just gone faster. Homesick goes faster, but doesn't go faster anywhere higher. Skyjacker 5th, Cthulhu 6th, Bandit in 7th. Ensign Ewer is still on his run in 8th, but it looks like he's back. No, he's all right. I thought he backed out of it. He looked very slow in that corner. He's deploying that hybrid all the way up the hill. 8th for him. Jokers goes faster, gets 10th. And Ensign Ewer now coming towards the line. He's 200ths behind and he does not go any faster. Rido is in 9th. Jokers in 10th. Barry Twins in 11th. Not had a good run for Barry Twins. Pat in the end there just getting a lap in, but finishing in 12th place. And now they will line up on the grid and we are in for an absolute treat. Let me have a sip of my warm beverage. My word. This is going to be some showdown coming into this first race. Let's get rid of the big numbers so we can actually see the cars. And we're looking at Guesty on pole. He's looking at the first corner, trying not to think about Liam Anfield. The lights are on. It's go here at Interlagos for round 2 with the VGT Skyjacker off to an absolute blinding start there, but Liam Anfield takes the lead from Guesty. Guesty drops down to 3rd. Homesick Alien gets up as well, and Skyjacker up into 4th place, and that was not a great getaway for Guesty there. Bunny in 5th. Then we've got Bandit up into 6th. Great start for Bandit. 7th for Jokers. Cthulhu slipping down into 8th. Pat up to 9th. Ensign Ewer having a bad start in 10th. What we got going on here? Oh no, we've got a few cars gone wide there. Bunny's gone wide. Hang on, sorry. So Bunny went wide there, and a few others behind him. I don't think anything bad happened there. Let us see. So Skyjacker ahead of Bunny. Bandit in 6th behind Bunny. I think just got down there. Oh, I don't know. It looks like he was banged from behind by Bandit. I'm not sure though. Oh, what a shame for Bunny. He's got to fight that one back, but he's got the pace to do it. So Bunny now down into a 7th place. Let's have a look then. Liam Anfield leads the way. He's on the super soft tyre ahead of Homesick Alien, who's on the racing soft tyre. We've got Guesty in 3rd, he's on the super soft tyre. And we've got Skyjacker in 4th on the soft tyre. Then we've got Jokus, absolute blinding work from Jokus. Didn't really show in qualifying, and here he is on the super soft tyre in 5th place in this race. But he's being dogged by the Spaniard, that is Cthulhu. And Jokus going wide there. Cthulhu getting a run on Jokus, but Jokus defending, staying on the apex, staying out of Cthulhu's way. Cthulhu gripping on, and now it's a straight fight down to the 3rd, 4th corner. And here comes Cthulhu to go for a late break, but he's too far back. And Jokus makes it through, but Jokus goes wide. He late breaks himself out of that one. And Cthulhu gets it on the inside, and now Cthulhu up into 5th. Jokus still wild card out there. He's still looking for the place, but he's lost the car again in the corner, and he is not having a great time with his brakes, and that helps Bunny roll right up to the back of Jokus. Go for a move up the inside, and Bunny is through. Jokus now has Ensign, Rido on his outside, but Rido's run out of track. He's come back on. It's side-by-side action, and oh my gosh, Rido going for the inside line on Jokus, and Rido's got it, but Jokus now is going to be on the inside coming down the hill, and Jokus now gets it back. It's cracking racing down here between Rido and Jokus, and they've got Ensign sitting in the wings there just behind them, waiting to get some action in here. Bandit in 10th, then we've got 11th for Bazza and 12th for Pat. They're allowed to use their deployment now, and Liam Anfield under a lot of pressure in turn 1 with Guesty right alongside him, but Guesty backs out of it as Homesick Alien slips back into Skyjacker's clutches, and Homesick Alien cannot stay with the pace of those two leaders out there. Liam Anfield and Guesty absolutely roaring ahead in this race. Guesty with Homesick Alien now. Skyjacker has a lot of pressure. There's a little gap between them and Cthulhu in 5th place, with Bunny chasing Cthulhu down. Bunny having a bit of a moment there. Ensign Newitt trying to get a move done on Bandit. No, that wasn't Rido. Sorry, Rido. It's Rido. He's trying to get a move done on Rido, up to 7th place now, ahead of Ensign Newitt. Ensign Newitt, though, eager to get on. Bandit carrying more pace than his position, and he is looking to get through some of this traffic with Jokus in 10th, Bazza in 11th. Barry still not turning this car on yet, and Pat struggling with the car, but I know Pat's changing from GT7 to GT Sport a lot at the moment, and that might be because he was getting podiums. Remember, he was looking very good in a few of our categories, getting 5ths regularly, 5ths and 4ths, and knocking on the podiums. But I think since GT7's gone out, he seems to have slipped back into old habits, and he's struggling to stay with the pack. Liam Anfield, meanwhile, putting up with the pressure of Guesty. Guesty all up in his buzzes. So sat on board with 2nd place Guesty, chasing down our boy Liam. He's got a toe on him now. He's deploying any hybrid he's got. He's got none, and oh my God, Liam Anfield giving him no room whatsoever in down the straight. And I think we should give that another look. I'm afraid we only saw it from in car. And they're coming down. Guesty. Oh, I don't know. That was ever closing. It was always closing, that gap, but I'm not sure about that one. That's a weird one. But Liam Anfield's staying with it. He's decided that's no fault of his. Skyjacker up into 2nd. He's got himself past Homesick Alien. Homesick Alien not got past Guesty. Guesty cracks on. He just loves the racing. I'm sure he's not going to bear no bones. He probably thought I was rude. Cthulhu in 5th. Bunny in 6th. With Rido in 7th, Ensign Newitt in 8th, Bandit in 9th, 10th for Jokus, 11th for Bazza, and 12th for Pat. He's 3 seconds behind the Baz. The Baz did a 29.4 last time around, He's just coming up to set another time as he deploys his hybrid and hits the line, pulling out a 1:28.0, faster than he's gone before. Pat crosses the line with a 1:28.7, so a similar pace for these two. Right then, Liam Anfield leads this race. Skyjacker chasing him down. Guesty in third, probably feeling rather dizzy. Homesick Alien in, not dizzy because of his position, but dizzy just because he nearly went flying. Homesick Alien in fifth, but Catula got some pace on the boy. He's caught up Homesick Alien. He's brought Bunny along, and race on for these guys. I think it's 12 laps. Just had a quick look up, and yes, it's 12 laps. They're on lap 5 now. At the moment, they're all still jostling for positions. Look at him. Catula really having some serious intent of getting past Homesick Alien in this race. Bunny is in 6th, Rido 7th. Not a bad race for Rido. Ensign Newark cannot do anything about Rido ahead of him. Bandit closing in on Ensign, on the pair of them. Jokus in 10th with Bazza. Bazza's catching up the joke. You know that? The Jokus. He's catching him. And Pat, he's lost a bit more time. Ooh, you've got to keep that back end settled. So Liam Anfield now, he's under pressure from Skyjacker. And let's see how he deals with Skyjacker down the straight. He's on his hybrid now, heading down the straight. Skyjacker a little further back, I'd say, than Guesty was. I don't know, though. He's closing in quick. Liam Anfield, no threat down the straight that time. Liam Anfield fighting the Toyota into the turn. As you can see, Skyjacker unleashing all of his horses. He's let them all out the stable. They're all on a run up against Liam Anfield, and Skyjacker there swinging out wide, get a better corner, and he really is. Oh, Catula's got himself by Homesick as well, and now Homesick Alien has Bunny to contend with. So where was Bunny? He was behind Catula, wasn't he? So Homesick Alien struggling out there with some sort of pace. He's gone wide again, and that's let Bunny through. No, Homesick Alien's clinging to the inside, and Homesick Alien still holds on to 5th as they break into that final corner. But Bunny coming up the hill, is getting a good run out of that final corner as Homesick Alien deploying his hybrid. Bunny now deploying his hybrid. It's a race up the hill, and Bunny getting the good toe, getting that sweet air just behind the Alien, and he's going to be he's just trying to decide what side he's going to go for. He's gone for the outside, and Homesick Alien, and he's going to try and swing it back inside, but Homesick Alien making his car as wide as he possibly can, keeps hold of that 5th, but it seems like it's only, they always get me in that corner. It seems like it's just a matter of time rather than Bunny. If Bunny can get by, it's just going to be when does Bunny get by. Meanwhile, Skyjacker's in the lead. Skyjacker, I apologise. I'll try, but I'm not promising now. He's already ahead, so not even a replay can save me. Sorry. That was for the lead as well. So Skyjacker now leads this race ahead of Liam Anfield. Liam Anfield 1.6 seconds ahead of Guesty. And Guesty will be thinking, yeah, you son of a gun, I got something for you. I got something in my pocket for you. You want to come down here? You want to come down? Oh, we got a little moment there between Skyjacker and Liam Anfield. Liam Anfield having a look up the inside of Skyjacker. When you thought the move was done and dusted, Skyjacker under pressure from Liam Anfield as they come up the hill to complete lap 7 and start lap 8. Smooth. So Skyjacker now, Liam Anfield's pulling him on into the inside. Skyjacker's cool as a cucumber. He's like, okay, I'll just get you in the tow down this next straight. There's plenty of places here at Interlagos to try and pull one off. And there you go, Liam Anfield goes over to the side of the trap, but Skyjacker does not go into the trap. Liam's little honey trap have come up the side of me because I closed the door. And Liam Anfield still maintaining that first place, and Skyjacker bringing as much noise as he can and pressure to distract Liam Anfield. Meanwhile, there we go, Guesty 1.5 seconds behind him, now only half a second behind him. He's catching him up hand over fist, and we're going to have a three-way battle for the last 4 laps for the win here. Cthulhu then holding ground just ahead of Homesick Alien, and I may be wrong because Bunny still has not found a way past Homesick Alien yet, so maybe it isn't a matter of when, it's more of a matter of if. Rido in 7, an absolute solid drive for Rido at the moment. Great consistent lap times. The man is a legend. Ensign Newer in 8th place, trying to catch, but he's got Bandit right up there, and Bandit, we knew his pace was good from qualifying, should be higher. And there's the Baz. He was catching, who was he catching? Ensign Newer or Bandit? I can't remember, but he was catching someone up. Now he's not. Jokus in 11th, and he's 11 seconds behind Baz. And Pat's not too far behind Jokus though. And Pat's lap times, he did a 32 last time around. He's doing like a 28, 32, 28, 32. Just do the 28 ones, you don't have to do the 32 ones, Pat. That one was a 29, it's not too bad. So Liam Anfield now half a second, no, 0.4 of a second ahead of Skyjacker, but now Skyjacker's got his hands full. Oh, sorry, one button too far. With Guesty bringing the noise all the way up to Skyjacker, and he's making it a lovely little monster sandwich, although I think Monster is Guesty's sponsor as well, so the two monsters all over Liam Anfield. Is it Castrol? It is, yeah, because it's the original Toyota, of course, like the rally car. Superb. So Liam Anfield leading them. He's the championship leader, won both of the first races, not technically on the track, but through penalties, he's won both races, and he's still leading this first sprint race. Skyjacker, though, is trying every trick in the book to get one by. Guesty there, and Cthulhu and Homesick Alien having an immense battle down here for 4th and 5th, being joined by Bunny, and now Homesick Alien managing to get that position back from Cthulhu, and Cthulhu could be under threat from Bunny. Rido only 2 seconds behind these guys. It's unbelievable. He's 2 seconds ahead of Ensign. Ensign can't do anything about Rido's pace. Meanwhile, Bunny trying to find a way past the Spaniard as Homesick Alien tries to get away from the situation. Meanwhile, Liam, Skyjacker and Guesty all nose to tail. Oh, Liam's lost the car. He went sideways slightly there. That gives Skyjacker half a chance, but Liam making him go around the long way. And no, Skyjacker could not get anything out of that one. Definitely saw a small slide happening in Liam Anfield's car. That means the tyres are starting to look fruity on those super softs. And Skyjacker on the softs, would that serve him well? Does it serve him better with the super softs going away? There's still 2 laps to go on this race. And Liam Anfield leads them up the hill with Skyjacker 3/10 behind him, and Guesty 3/10 behind Skyjacker. I want to look at the rest of the field, but I want to see how this small straight turns out, and Skyjacker going for a move, pulling back in. He wants the inside line. Liam's protecting the inside. Skyjacker's going for the outside. It's going to be tears, or it's going to be nothing. It's just going to stay the same. But it looked great. And Guesty there, he was having a think. He was trying to work it out. He might get a run on Skyjacker down this straight, and he's just let him know he's on his inside. Don't come across like certain Liams do. And Guesty there, Guesty getting the move done on Skyjacker, and that's changed the order to Liam Anfield, Guesty, now a Skyjacker. Let's have a look. Homesick Alien has pulled away a little bit from Cthulhu, who's pulled away from Bunny slightly. Then we've got Rido in 7th place and Bandit in 8th. He's being chased by Ensign. They're swapping places, aren't they? Bandit was behind Ensign and now he's ahead, so I don't know what's going on there. These two swapping places. Beautiful racing. Bazza in 10th with Jokus in 11th, Pat in 12th. Liam Anfield leads, Guesty 2nd, Skyjacker 3rd. Beautiful stuff. So it's the Bandit and Ensign Newitt are having a right battle out here, as well as the leaders. And see you soon. And yes, it's tight stuff there between Ensign Hot Wheels and Bandit in the Bandit. Liam still leads though as they come across to start their final lap. And Guesty trying to get alongside. He's going for that outside. Liam tucking on. And Skyjacker, whoa, I thought Skyjacker was going to cause absolute mayhem, and he may have done. Guesty's lifted even. And I don't think Guesty had out to do with it, but I think Skyjacker come in there like a bull in a china shop, braking way too late. And I think Guesty just lifted out of it, so no one changed order, possibly. And Liam Anfield still leads this race on the final lap. This is Guesty going for the move now. Guesty's on the inside. He's waiting. He's gone. He's through. And Guesty is up and into the lead from Liam Anfield, who's got Skyjacker trying to chase him down. And wow, that seemed... I think Liam slid a little bit in that corner. I think he just went wide, but sideways wide. So Guesty getting the move done, but it looked absolutely spectacular. Liam Anfield now in second, trying to keep Skyjacker behind. Homesick Alien, he's got himself a good bit of distance from Cthulhu. Cthulhu's still got Bunny, who's a threat. Rido's closed right in on those guys. Bandit is ahead of Ensign Newitt, Barry Twins, Jokus and Pat. But we've got to go back to the lead here as they come up to the final corner, and it's just a little run up the hill. Guesty looks like he got that win in the end. Liam Anfield trying to keep Skyjacker behind. Skyjacker wants it. He's pushed his way up the inside. He says not this time, and they give plenty of room on the outside there. And Skyjacker up to second on the final corner, but it's Guesty who wins the first race. Skyjacker in second. Liam Anfield take a boo, my son, although he probably feels like he lost a win. Fourth for Homesick, fifth for Cthulhu, sixth for Bunny, seventh for Rido. Bandit comes home in eighth, just ahead of Ensign Newitt in ninth. Bazza comes home in a 10th spot, ahead of Jokus and Pat. There's Barry Twins with Jokus coming with the Rockstar. He's got a bit of damage on his car, but he gets himself 11th place, and Pat brings her home in 12th. Super session from everyone involved, and yeah, wow, what a battle. So there we go, let's have a look. Skyjacker saying, bloody hell, that was a race. And Skyjacker also said, sorry for the bump, Liam and Guesty. Oh, did you get them both? Did you manage to hit them both? Well, it's not worth doing if you can't get everyone. Equal opportunities on the banging. And we'll never know if Liam let Guesty through. Let's go to the race results first before we change the settings, so you can see Guesty spinning. Yeah, we'll never know if Liam Anfield let Guesty through because of the earlier move down the straight. I think Liam was entitled to come across. I don't think he realised Guesty was there. I think as soon as he knew Guesty was there, he probably should have pulled out of it and give him at least car space. I don't know. It's that's why I don't get involved too much with stewarding unless they need another vote. So Guesty there takes the win with Skyjacker in second and Liam Anfield rounding out the podium, although Liam Anfield did lead for most of this race, and I imagine he feels he's missed out a little bit there. Oh, he's changed the settings. So now that moves on to fourth place for Homesick Alien. Cthulhu in fifth, Bunny in sixth, Rido in seventh. Great drive from Rido. Bandit in eighth, probably with his pace should have been higher. Ensign Newitt in ninth. Barry Twins comes home in 10th. Doesn't seem to get on top of the car. Has a Bazza. And Jokus in 11th with Pat in 12th. Now, Jokus was running up there high, wasn't he? He seemed to just drop off, and he couldn't come back from that. And Pat, he's just not getting on with the car. Guesty, fastest lap with a 1:25.608. What a cracking little race we had there then, chaps, gals and boys. And that's it. We've got 7 minutes before the next race. No one's entered. You're looking at an empty pit. No, it won't even let me. You're going to look at the race results for 7 minutes, and I shall return. See you soon. Bebopaloola. Let's get it on. So, where are we? We're 2 minutes away from race 2. And someone's told someone to look at Discord. No, it must be a private message. Let's get to the track. Let's have a look. So they'll be using the medium tyre in this race. And, wow. Cracking race. I still haven't processed that first race yet. It's been a lot. Barry Twins is out there trying a set of mediums. And so is Homesick Alien. We've got Catula. He's also on that medium set of tire car. I can't remember what tyres everyone used, so... And I made a mistake with Bandit last time. In the chat then, we had Skyjacker. I think I told you that. Sorry for the bump, Liam and Guesty. Liam replied, Sky, you lost me the race, with a smiley face. Rido saying OMG. Rido said that was alright. That was alright. Ensign Hewitt saying VRC Rido couldn't keep up with you birds. Pat in the chat saying boost penalty coming my way, caught the button out of turn 3, went wide at turn 4 straight after, along with a few others. At least I can't lose a position. Well, I don't know, last round it was a bit like F1 qualifying. It was like afterwards it was a reshuffle of order, so you never know if there's other people who use the boosts and get bigger penalties, Pat, then you might shuffle up the order. Rido saying I was pushing very hard. Yes, that's what she said. Right. So the medium tyres with these very skittish Group X cars that are vastly fast with a hybrid deployment boost. So Skyjacker asking if we're ready, so we'll get involved. Shall we get into this? It's all quiet out there. You lot all right? I know I'm right in a novel. There we go, everyone getting themselves ready to get on with the race. Let me try and get my hand controller out of the way. God, we've got stuff everywhere. Kitchen's still a mess. It's not a mess, but it's not finished. So the dining room is where the commentary box is. It's got half the kitchen stuff in it. The living room's got the other half of the kitchen stuff in it. It's a modern way of living, you know. The microwave on the floor next to the television. It's handy. My 14-year-old absolutely loves it. Thank you, Skyjacker. Wouldn't be a start of a race if it didn't have that. And yeah, so we've got a strange thing going on, but I think it's nearly finished. I think this weekend it's going to be done. Oh God, I hope it is. I had to move a knife set out of the way of the telly before I started. A set of chopping knives that come out the block. Okay then, let's get rid of those big numbers. We can see the lights, that's a beautiful thing. It's already red. I believe they finish how they start. Finished. It's no change of order. Looking at the lights then, it's all red and it's green. Now it's go. Well, they're not green, they just go off. But it's, you know, you get me. Guesty then takes the lead early doors. Well, he's from pole. Skyjacker fending off from Liam Anfield, and he's got Homesick Alien trying to get one around the outside. I believe everyone is on the medium tyre, pretty much. We'll check it out as we go through, but Guesty leads from Skyjacker. They're all on the mediums. Homesick Alien a little wide there, giving Liam Anfield a run. Oh, Liam Anfield started on the softs, and he's trying to close that door on Bunny like he did with Guesty. And Bunny was having none of it, but they've all gone a little wide on those medium tyre. Oh, and Homesick Alien's lot dropped it all together. Guesty, Skyjacker's lost position to Liam Anfield. Liam Anfield's soft tyres really doing well for him in this race so far. Bunny is up into fourth, but he's got Bandit on his inside, and Bandit gets through. Bandit also on the medium tyres, but Bunny's coming back at the Bandit, and they're side by side coming through the hairpin, but Bandit's holding ground, and it's Bandit's position. Bunny down into 5th place, with Catula in 6th, Rido in 7th, but the Baz has gone in there. He's gone in there to try and get the position from Rido, and there's a lot of spanking going on down here. Lots of twitchy cars. And the Baz in 9th, fighting with Pat in 10th. Jokus in 11th, a little bit away off the pack. And Homesick Alien, luckily for him, it's a 29-lap race, because he's got a lot of ground to make up. Meanwhile, Guesty, Liam and Skyjacker all are your top 3 contenders at the moment. Bunny up into 4th now. He's got that moved on Bandit, and Catula's going to try and follow him through. And the Bandit is out wide in turn 1, very wide, oh, painfully wide, and he comes on the track just to give Rido a little tap, and Rido, he doesn't get affected by it. He stays in 6th place. Ensign Hewitt in 7th, Bazza a little wide behind him in 8th. There's the Bandit, that's where he ended up, behind the Baz, and he's got Pat staring down, and Pat doesn't know where to go. He's getting on the brakes, and he's gone wide of both the Bandit style cars, wide, and Pat is wild on those medium tyres, as Joker's also finding it a struggle to find grip on the medium tyres, and Homesick Alien already gaining at least 2 seconds on Joker's. He was 3 seconds behind the pack, now only a second behind the pack. Meanwhile, Guesty 6/10 ahead of Liam. Don't forget, Liam's on those softs, and it's going to be an interesting strategy there. That's going to put Liam on the slower tyre in the second half of the race, but he's not absolutely destroying Guesty, who's on the mediums at the moment. So interesting. He's getting closer though. He is getting closer, but already 2 laps done. And Liam Anfield, you'd think he would disappear into the distance on those soft tyres against the mediums, but maybe he's just trying to look after him a little bit in the corners. He's gone fastest of everyone. They get to the end of the straight, struggling to slow these cars down. They're so fast. Skyjacker a second behind them. Then we've got Catula ahead of Bunny. So Catula coming through ahead of Bunny. Rido now into 6th. The Baz is 7th. Ensign at 8th. Bandit down into 9th. Homesick Alien's got himself ahead of Jokers now. And Pat. And he's up into 10th place. Only 2 seconds behind Bandit. And Homesick Alien has got quite a race ahead of him, as Jokers comes into the attack, and Jokers looks like he's going to get the move on. He's through, but he's gone wide, and Homesick Alien keeps hold of the position as Jokers stutters there to get the wheels going out of the corner. And Guesty then, he has got the pressure from Liam, as expected, with Liam on those racing soft tyres, and Guesty is feeling a large amount of pressure. Guesty, there could be an element of Guesty wanting to back him into Skyjacker as well. That would help Guesty out if Liam was having to defend as well as Fi. But oh, it looks like Guesty is fighting the Toyota more than anything, and Liam Anfield, he should get a good run against Guesty coming up the hill. Guesty deploying his turbo, and so is Liam, but they're both out now as they get to the end of the straight. Liam having a look, and it's Guesty who gets to close the door, and Liam runs Guesty out wide a little bit there, and it's all fun and love until someone gets hurt, okay boys? And Liam then still in second, but he's lost a bit of ground to Guesty as they play around at the front, twisting the rules a little bit. Or racing hard, some people would call it. Just good old hard racing happening there. Ours is in the chat saying, great clean driving, Bazza. Mama Homesick saying, come on son. So Guesty leads from Liam Anfield. Skyjacker is in 3rd place with Catula. Catula's on a wobble. Catula in a wobble there. He's trying to stop Bunny, and I think that we're seeing a little bit of contact out there, but I really think it's because these cars are so difficult to drive. They've all complained about how difficult this car is to control. They're on the medium tyre. I don't think it's purposefully that they're driving into each other. I just think that the car is that much of a struggle to keep it on the road. We're getting a bit of contact from it, but Rido absolutely blinding race at the moment in 6th place. He's got the Baz behind him, less than a second, but we've got a move going on here, and the Bunster Bunny, he's through. Oh, and Catula's with him, and so's Rido. It's a tight battle there, but now Bunny, we can see if he's got any more pace than he had when he was stuck behind Catula, but Catula's coming back at Bunny. Around the outside, it's a tough call, and no, Bunny keeps the corner, and Rido has to avoid Cthulhu there, and Bazza gets ever closer. He was a second behind him, now he's half a second. He's got his windscreen wiper on again. Baz, what are you doing? You just smash the buttons on your wheel. Go fast, bang, bang, bang. And he puts his wipers on or something. Ensign Newer in 8th place. 1.3 seconds behind Barry Twins. Bandit in 9th. And they'll be glad. Some of these will be glad to get rid of these medium tyres. I'm sure they look like it's an absolute handful out there. Liam Anfield has got the lead then with those racing soft tyres. And Guesty trying to stay with him because he'll get the faster tyre. I think he used super softs. Skyjacker will get to use the super softs in this race, as he used the softs in the first race. Skyjacker not too far behind. Oh, Liam Anfield, I thought he'd made a mistake in that first corner then. Guessed he looked very close to him. And Liam Anfield fighting for everything out there. Fighting everything. He's fighting clean air as well. Guesty is in 2nd. Skyjacker 3rd. Bunny in 4th. He's dropped Cthulhu now. There's a good 8 tenths between them, but Cthulhu getting a tow, and he's bringing on Rido's having to avoid Cthulhu in the braking. Rido's going up the inside, and he makes it stick. Unbelievable stuff. So Rido now up into 5th, and he is finding great pace in this Toyota FT1, and Cthulhu down into 6th spot, and the Baz is there as well, 3 tenths behind the Spaniard. Unbelievable racing down here. Then we've got Ensign Newer in 8th place with Bandit in 9th. Homesick Alien has caught up Bandit now, and Homesick Alien slowly trying to make his way through the field. Joker's in 11th, Pat in 12th. Liam Anfield pulling a bit of a gap out on Guesty on this lap, and he's using those racing softs to their full effect. 29 laps we're having, and we're on lap 6 at the moment as Liam Anfield comes up the hill, narrowly avoiding a win in the first race. Pointing the finger squarely at Skyjacker, although it didn't look like he had the pace on Guesty and Skyjacker at the end of that race, but we'll never know. And again, it's that first corner, he slows down a hell of a lot in the first corner, and that's where Guesty manages to close the gap on him, and then throughout the lap Liam Anfield pulls away Skyjacker. I think Liam's been bitten by that first corner too many times now, and he just thinks it's not worth it. I'll go through it a bit slower and at least get through it. We've seen many people wipe out in turn 1. But at Brazil, it's great. They spin a lot. They do lots of spins when they go off at turn 1. So Liam Anfield still leads this race with Guesty. See, he's pulled that gap out again. Skyjacker only a second behind, keeping track of them. Rido is up to 4th. He's ahead of Bunny now. Rido is unstoppable. And now Bunny, oh, that was a late attack from Cthulhu. Again, I think it's just clumsy because these cars are a struggle to drive. And I think it's just they're trying to slow him down on the medium tyres. Bazza's getting right in there. Ensign Newert's closing up as well, the whole field. And Homesick Alien, who's got past Bandit, only 3 seconds behind this big batch of cars. And there could be more positions for Homesick Alien yet. Rido, though, the big news flash, is 4th place and doing a superb job pulling away from Bunny. He's 6 seconds adrift of Skyjacker, though. And he should be wearing that Senna helmet with pride around here at Brazil. Bunny's going for a move, though. Bunny up the inside. It's a father-son combo. And Rido bests his dad. Go on, Rido. Young versus old. They're both out mega wide. And Cthulhu, he's fancying it. Bunny's going for a move down the inside. It's all about the braking. It's all about the brakes. The brakes. And it's through. And Bunny's up. And Catula's following. Oh, Rito. What an absolute shame. What a shame. And Rito loses the car on the curb whilst trying to defend. Liam Anfield, meanwhile, leads this race 8/10 ahead of Guesty. He hasn't gained anything, has he? He's not pulling away from the Guesty, and he's got to put those, although that might make him feel more buoyant that the medium tyre isn't that slow, and that he's not going to be on that much of a deficit in the second half of this race. We're on lap 8 of 29, and yeah, a long way to go yet. Skyjacker in third. He's 8 seconds ahead of Bunny, who's absolutely being hounded by Catula. Catula really wants a piece of that action. As they come up to the straight, we're sat on board with the Spaniard as he goes for a move up the inside. And there he has to make a bit of space for himself as they're side by side coming up the straight. Who's going to be latest on the brakes? It's Bunny. No, it's Catula. Catula's up the inside. Catula's sideways, but he's maintained the grip of the car and he's through. And Catula up into 4th place as Bunny fights his Toyota over the curves, and Bazza is right in there, right in the thick of the action, deploying his hybrid as they come down the straight. He's going for a late break on Bunny. No, he thinks better of it, backs out, and there we go. Bazza in 6th place, chasing around Catula, Bunny, and he's got Ensign Newitt 7/10 behind, and behind Ensign Newitt we've got Homesick Alien 2 seconds. He was pulled in a second on Ensign Newitt. Ensign Newitt, he could be feeding the breath of the Alien very shortly down his exhaust. And there we got Bandit in 9th place ahead of Jokus in 10th, and Rito down to 11th. It looks like we've lost Pat. That is a darn shame. So Liam 1.5 seconds virtually ahead of Guesty, and this is going to be about pit stops, isn't it? I don't want to bring us to that, and about halfway in this race we're looking at 14.5 laps. So lap 14 or 15, I imagine they would opt for 15 if they were going to go for a 1-stop. Fuel is halfway, so they only need a splash of fuel to get to the end of the race. Tyres are looking pretty solid at the moment. Even Liam's softs are pretty decent. Guesty on the medium. I think Liam's the only one who went for the faster tyre in the first part. Catula's on the mediums. So is Bunny. Bazza. Ensign Newitt's on the mediums. Homesick Alien's on the mediums. Bandit's on the mediums. Jokus is on the mediums. And so is, oh, poor Rito, man. I bet he's absolutely fuming. So Liam Anfield, deja vu from race 1, but we know how that went. Guesty caught him up as the race ticked on. So Liam will be very much aware of that. He's pretty much probably aware of what tyres they're on as well. And Pat in the chat saying, not much of a shame, wasn't getting anywhere fighting the car. Yeah, but you just got to use it as a test session, haven't you? You just got to cruise round, drop the pace a little bit, just learn what you can about the car. I mean, I know I don't even partake, but you know, that would be my thinking. It's just trying to learn the car a bit more, use it as a session to try out. But I understand when you're going off at every corner, it's just a nightmare. I imagine you just want to nip off and play the dailies Wreckfest. So Liam Anfield is going around 1.5 seconds ahead of Guesty, with Skyjacker deploying his boost, getting within a second of Guesty now. So Guesty might be dropping off of Liam Anfield and coming into Skyjacker territory. Catula then still ahead of Bunny, and Bazza still very close behind them. Ensign Newitt hasn't turned into alien fodder yet. Homesick Alien 1.4 seconds behind Ensign Newitt, and we've still got a while to go yet. $17 laps, possibly? No, 18 laps. It's pretty simple, really. So Liam Anfield leads from Guesty in second, and Skyjacker is third. Katula fourth, but he's got Bunny in close calls. Bunny sitting on board with Bunny now as he tries to close up to the Spaniard. Fernando ahead of him up the hill. Hasn't deployed that. He's waiting. There you go. He's waiting till he got to the top there, deploying a bit of his boost. He closes up within a half a second of Katula as they go breaking from, what was that, 130 mark, 130 of Baza. Very close behind there. Barry is very much... Oh no, I think Baza got late on the brakes and lost a bit of ground there. But with Bunny 4/10 behind. Katula now coming down the next straight, braking at 100 meters down to second gear on the apex. Katula looking a little wobbly over the curb. Bunny a bit wide there, trying to get the best line possible. Again, dab on the brakes, up and over the hill. And this is a very good overtaking place in the hairpins. Closes right up with Katula, letting him know he's there. He's sat on board with fifth place Bunny as he fights Cthulhu at the moment through the hairpins. No, there's nothing Bunny. We saw Bunny and Cthulhu having an absolute blinding battle in the first race. And again, they've carried it on into this second race, and it's just this last corner. Bunny loses a bit of time to Cthulhu, and then he has to fight it back up the straight again. Use the whole lap to catch him up, just to lose it in that final corner. Baza, we saw him very close to the back end of Bunny last lap, and I think he lost a bit of time. Outbraked himself. Ensign Newitt's gone in. He's getting rid of the medium tyres. Homesick Alien moves up into 7th place. He's 5 seconds behind the Barry. Rido then up into 8th. And Bandit must have pitted. Yes, he's got the super softs on. And Jokus also onto the softs. So those two pitting. Is it early? I suppose it's a little early. But they just want to get rid of those medium tyres. And if they can get the softer tyre to the end, then fair play to them. Liam then, only a second. He's lost a bit of ground to Guesty. We saw this happening before. The fuels, Guesty's really burnt through fuel more than Liam. Liam's looked after his fuel quite nicely. That means Liam's going to spend less time in the pit stop than Guesty. And Skyjacker as well, looking after that fuel. Guesty, very, very heavy right-footed there from Guesty. And burnt through quite a bit of fuel. I think when you deploy the hybrid, no, it wouldn't burn through fuel, would it? I think that's just the super formulas that use your fuel up a bit more. Cthulhu still ahead of Bunny. Liam's gone in. Liam's taken the car into the pits. Oh, he's going to have to do a long stint on those medium tyres. 15 laps as Guesty and Skyjacker carry on round. Cthulhu moves up to 3rd with Bunny in hot pursuit. And those two have been bumper to bumper throughout this race. Baza dropping back from them guys now. Homesick Alien was 5 seconds behind Barry. Now he's only 3 seconds. Homesick Alien has got the bit between his teeth. He's really grinding them lap times out. Rido as well, up to 4th in this race. Had a moment, spun it, and he's cracking on again. Staying out there on the mediums. Here comes Liam rejoining. I imagine before Rido. No, he's going to be behind Rido. So there he is. He's put the medium tyres on and nearly a full tank of fuel. Wow, that's a lot of fuel. Maybe that's why Guesty hasn't come in yet. Guesty's fuel is flashing. Skyjacker's is down a bit as well. Is Liam going to have to watch his fuel? No, Liam had a load of fuel left. And we've done 14 laps and he had nearly a quarter of fuel left. But Guesty and Skyjacker, if that's the amount of fuel they've got to put in, then they're going to be in the pits a lot longer than Liam was. And there goes Guesty. He's taking it in. Skyjacker staying out. Interesting. Cthulhu, his fuel is pretty much on the edge, and he's coming in with Bunny. Bunny also joining him in the pits. The Bazza, he's got a bit of fuel in the tank. Can he carry on? He does. He opts to stay out. Lovely car design, by the way, Mr. Belgium. And everyone else has gone in. Guesty, Cthulhu, Bunny, Homesick Alien's gone in. Liam Anfield's out there. This is where he's going to gain all that ground back. Skyjacker and Bazza are the only ones who didn't pit, I think. And there goes Liam Anfield up into third place. It's all about Guesty. He's moving now. They don't have to go through their first corner, but I think there you see Liam on the track, and Liam is easily miles ahead. But don't forget, Guesty is going to be on a set of soft tyres, where Liam Anfield is on a set of mediums, although it didn't seem to make that much difference in that first race. Here comes Guesty rejoining the track, ahead of Bandit and Ensign Ewart, who made their stops earlier. Bandit ahead of Ensign. Ensign, though, all over the back of him, and they've got ahead of Bunny with their earlier pit stops. They've got themselves ahead of Bunny, Cthulhu, everyone. These will come out the pits thinking, what the hell? But yeah, Bandit and Ensign Ewart with their earlier stops have got the undercut done, and they've found themselves ahead of Bunny, Cthulhu. I think that's it. I think Homesick Alien was already behind them. So Homesick Alien in 9th, hasn't gained anything. I bet you can't believe it. Jokus in 10th, with Rido in 11th after his pit stop. So Skyjacker, and there goes Bazza. Bazza's into the pit. Skyjacker stayed out again. He's crazy, man. He's crazy. He's a crazy dude. He's got 31 seconds. Liam, and their pit stops just over 31 seconds. So it's all about Guesty, isn't it, with Skyjacker? I imagine 37 seconds. That's probably more likely. Skyjacker, I think, might get out ahead of Guesty, but Guesty should be absolutely pelting those lap times. He's 6 seconds behind Liam at the moment, and we're on lap 16 of 29. And yeah, get your abacus out. There's a lot of math going on out there. Ensign and Bandit are having an absolute pleasurable race. 4th and 5th ahead of everyone because they pitted early, but their tyres may not last. Ensign Ewart then losing a bit of ground to Bandit in that corner, and Bunny getting ready to leap. Who got out of the pits ahead of Cthulhu. I think Cthulhu was ahead of Bunny, so Bunny did great with his pit stop. And what an absolute blast of a battle there in the middle of the field between Bandit in 4th, who's managed to pull away a little bit of Ensign Ewart. And then we've got, Bunny nearly going sideways. Skyjacker finally pits. Unbelievably, had 1% of fuel left back in that. And Liam Anfield, I think, is going to easily take over the lead. But it's all about Guesty. It's going to be very tight between Skyjacker and Guesty. Guesty getting purples out there on his racing softs. And Skyjacker just getting to his box, getting his tyres changed. He's still got all his fuel to do. And Guesty's just getting on the pit straight now. Now. Skyjacker fueling up. Guesty coming along. It's way past the first corner, remember. First 2-3 corners. Bandit now is under pressure from Ensign Ewart. Bandit managed to pull a bit of space out from Ensign Ewart. And Skyjacker, he might be in trouble from these guys. I don't know. I'll check it out. I don't think he will be. I think he should be out in front of this little batch of cars. Ensign's gone wide though. Bandit still holds that third, and there's Skyjacker. He does get out of the pits before all of this mayhem behind him. Bandit, Ensign Ewart in 5th, Bunny in 6th, Cthulhu in 7th. On board, all you see is sparks ahead of Cthulhu. Cthulhu going for a late one up the inside of Bunny, and he pulls it off. Brilliant stuff. Sorry, man, we didn't see it, did we? So we'll see if we can have a quick look at that. So Cthulhu then coming down the straight. It was a plush move. It was well worth another look. Grabbing the toes off of everyone, swings it to the inside, late on the brakes, and Bunny, he just caught by surprise, I imagine. Didn't know that one was coming. Bunny's trying to come back at him though. He's probably ahead. Oh, he is. Oh, sorry, went to the replay too soon. So Bunny's already got that position back from Cthulhu, but it was a sweet move, Cthulhu. Bandit then in 4th. He's managed to pull away from Ensign again. These two are having a super race, but what are their tyres going to make of it come the end? Bunny fighting with his car ahead of Cthulhu. Then we've got Homesick Alien catching these guys up. He's gone faster than he's gone before. So Homesick Alien trying to gain on those guys. The Baz 5 seconds behind Homesick Alien, only 4 seconds ahead of Rido. Rido having an absolute blinder of a race, doing some great lap times now, with Barry only doing a 27 last time around, a 27 this time, and Rido's in the 26 regular. So, well, he did a 27.2 that time, but Rido a lot faster than Barry Twins in this race. Liam Anfield 3 seconds ahead of a very fast Guesty. Liam managing 27.9 last time around, and Guesty doing a 23.6. This is exciting, ladies and gents. Skyjacker then in that third place, 26.6 from him, but that was an outlap. We can't really tell his pace until the end of this lap. But he's 4 seconds behind Guesty, and it's race on out there. Bandit still clinging on to that 4th place ahead of Ensign. Cthulhu and Bunny are absolutely having themselves a great time out there. They're just having more fun than you can have. With another man, I guess. So Bunny ahead of Cthulhu, but they're swapping places a lot. Ensign Newark keeping Bandit absolutely honest out there. Bandit cannot put a foot wrong, whilst he's got Ensign Newark staring down the barrel of his shotgun. In the chat then, Ensign Newark, is he going to go for a move on the Bandit? But the Bandit keeping that inside line, late on the brakes, and the Bandit still holds on. But the Bandit's outbraked himself a little bit, and Ensign Newark's pulled along, but Bandit still has claim to the corner and claim to 4th place. Great racing from the pair of them. So Pat in the chat saying, I've been watching that midfield battle. Bandit is Bandit to Cthulhu for a couple of laps now. Pat says was a good move, but might have just been a late braking moment. There you go. But I think that was that one I said of, I put replay, was it Cthulhu getting up the inside of Bunny. So Bandit then still leads from Ensign Newark, Bunny in 6th, Cthulhu in 7th. Unbelievable stuff. Homesick Alien closing the gap, and he is upon him now with his racing super softs. Bazza 6 seconds shy of those, but he's got to get a nip on himself, he knows, because he's got Rido blazing a trail to the back of him. So Barry Twins cannot hang around because Rido is bringing it. And Jokus is in 11th spot. He's doing good. Oh, I was going to say he's doing good lap times, except for that 1:37. It was hidden in there, Jokus. I thought they were all 1:27s. I was going to say, wow, look how consistent he is. And then I saw it was a 1:37 on lap 17. Was that a pit stop? I don't think it was a pit stop. Oh, he looks like he's fighting that car, doesn't he, Jokus? Poor Jokus. Struggling in the Toyota FT1 Group X car. He's on a freshish kind of tyre. So Bunny's gone through. Bunny's got through past Ensign and Bandit. Oh my God, big action there with Ensign and Cthulhu. Ensign Newark letting Cthulhu through, and yeah, my word. So there we see all 3 of them. And there's Bunny trying to get up the inside of Ensign Newark. And then Cthulhu tries as well. And I think he just lost the car a little bit there a second and took Cthulhu with him. Unfortunately, Cthulhu gets the position back, but Homesick Alien sneaks through in the meantime. So that puts Homesick Alien up into 6th place. No, scrub that, up into 5th. And these are the tyres. Is it the tyres on Bandit's car? They don't look too bad, but him and Ensign suddenly losing pace to the cars around them. And yeah, their tyres are a lot fresher. So, and they've both gone in. So it must have been tyres. That puts Bazza up into 7th spot, not too bad. And Rido as well, up into 8th place. Guesty's leading. Sorry, I apologise. Guesty is leading. He's managed to get himself up with Liam Anfield and ahead. So Guesty now leads this race, and Skyjacker only 2 seconds behind Liam. We said that is the problem with saving the slower tyre for the last part of the race, and everyone else was going to go and put the faster tyre on. So Liam Anfield was always going to be up against it come the end of the race. And here he is, struggling for grip as Guesty pulls away. Superb stuff. And Skyjacker closing in on the championship leader. Bunny up into 4th now, but he's got Homesick Alien. Look how Homesick Alien's come back in this race. Unbelievable stuff. He was right at the very back. He was looking like it was done for him. And now he's up into 5th, fighting with 4th place. He's not got a chance for podium, I'm pretty sure, on lap 21 of 29. But I wouldn't count it out if someone has a spin up ahead of him. So Homesick Alien looking very intently at the back of Bunny's car. Poor old Bunny hasn't had a minute's rest in this race, has he? He's not had a peaceful lap throughout the race. He's had to race someone each and every lap. He can't just get on with his race. So Bunny in 4th, then Homesick Alien in 5th. Catula up into 6th after his knock with Ensign Ewart. Bazza is in 7th, and he's being caught by Rido. And Rido now with only a second to Barry, and Barry is going to be struggling soon with Bunny's protege. Bunny's spawn. Ensign Ewart, meanwhile, after his pit stop, in 9th. Bandit behind him in 10th. Both of them on the super soft tyre. And Jokus, looks like he's pitted again for a fresher tyre. They're not happy with the tyre deg here. So Guesty and Skyjacker, it's still mine. Skyjacker has caught up. Liam Anfield now up the hill, and Liam Anfield just doesn't have any answers for him. But Liam, just be patient, because the other guys, the tyres don't look that red on theirs, and they're really struggling. They really are struggling. Those that pitted early are really struggling with those tyres now. And Liam Anfield breaking late into the corner and running Skyjacker to the very outside of the corner. My word. He's like a young Max Verstappen, is Liam Anfield. Oh, he's let him through. So you didn't have to because of what I say. Don't go by my judgment. It just looked funny. So Guesty then leads this race. Skyjacker up to 2nd after Liam having a bit of fun with him. Homesick Alien did get ahead of Bunny, so Homesick Alien now up into 4th. 15 seconds behind Liam. But Liam now, he's going to be sitting there hoping that the 2 guys ahead of him, that their tyres just fall off the edge of a cliff in the next 6 laps. 6 laps, a long time around here. Homesick Alien, though, doing a fine job up into 4th. Catula now on Bunny. Bunny having a bit of a moment. No, he missed Catula so much, he obviously let Homesick Alien go so he could go back to racing his buddy Catulu, because he's had such fun with him in this round. He thought it's only right for them to battle it out for the end of the race, and Catula really is harassing Bunny there, and poor Bunny hasn't had a break this race. Catula up the inside, he's got the move done. Unbelievable. Bunny's back at him. Bunny is back at him as they chase drag race up the hill. Bunny very much slightly ahead of Catula, and Catula now getting the tow, deploying his hybrids. Neither of them have got any hybrid left as they come down the straight. Catula trying to get the outside. He wants to whip that one in the inside, but he's waiting for later in the corner or the next corner, and Bunny's car sideways slightly then. And yeah, unbelievable racing out there, up and down the field. It's cracking stuff. Catula then trying to get the tow down this straight to come back at Bunny. Bunny protects that inside line. Goes wide though, he goes wide, nearly loses the car. Catula's through, and Bunny wrestling the car. Great save really for Bunny. We've seen other people just absolutely drop it there, and Bunny must have been full on opposite lock and lifting all the way, and again sideways for Bunny. He can't help himself, and I think it's tyre deg. I really think it's tyre deg, even though Catula has got the same sort of degradation as him. Homesick Alien doing the 26s, well into the 27s now. Guesty still managing a 26 his last lap around. And again, another 26. So Guesty not suffering. But didn't he pit later? No, he pitted at the same time as all the others, didn't he? No, he did pit later. Him and Skyjacker pitted later, I'm sure. So Skyjacker then, they might have done the right thing with that late pit in. Liam Anfield, 3 seconds adrift of him. But Homesick Alien, I don't think he's got a chance in hell of catching him. And now he's pulling away from Cthulhu, Bunny, which we think they're all suffering some sort of tyre deg out there with these unhandleable cars. And again, there's Rido in 7th place, chasing down his old man. He's got scores to settle. Could say that it was Bunny's attack on Rido that pressured Rido into the mistake. Wide there. It seems a bit safe. I'd stay off of the curbs on any of them with these cars. They just don't seem to be very stable, even on the flat grey stuff. Not alone on those curbs. And Bunny then 1 second behind Cthulhu. Rido doing a 27.9 last time around. 28.9 from Bunny. So there's only 4 laps to go. But you don't know, Rido might be able to catch up his old pal. Bazza in 8th place. Seems safe ahead of Ensign in 9th, and Bandit only a second. These two racing each other. They had to make that second stop because their tyres were absolutely shot. But the early pit stop put them up there in a beautiful position. Guesty 3 seconds ahead of Skyjacker. 27.2 last time around for Guesty as he starts lap 26. Skyjacker 26.9. Oh, Liam, it's not happening, man. Their tyres aren't going off like we hoped. Homesick Alien then 3 seconds ahead of Cthulhu, so there's Cthulhu struggling. 28s for Cthulhu now, as Homesick's, he's in the 28s as well. Bunny's into the 29s. Who's behind is 6 seconds now, 6.5 seconds. Rido in full control of his car. Don't throw it off, Rido, come on. And Barry Twins 3.5 seconds behind Rido in 8th place. He's got no concerns. Ensign, I mean, these two are doing absolutely blinding lap times. I just don't think they've got the laps left. A 27.4 for Ensign, Bandit with a 26.8. These two are only fighting each other, really. I don't think they're going to be able to catch up. Bazza, they could hope someone's going to pit, but 26th lap of 29, I don't think we're going to see anyone popping into the pits. So Guesty 2.8 seconds ahead of Skyjacker, maintaining that distance quite nicely now. Managing his car, managing his race, bringing it on home. It's looking all good for a Guesty win. Skyjacker now 7 seconds ahead of Liam Anfield. I don't think Homesick Alien's going to be a threat. And this will be Liam's second podium. Is that the same finishing positions as the first race? That's blinded. I think it is. I think it is all the way down, isn't it? No, Rido was higher, wasn't he? Oh no, he might have been. I don't know. So Guesty on lap 27 of 29. Doing lovely consistent lap times. It's racing soft tyres. Seem to be still together somewhat. As do, well, Skyjacker's a little bit faster than Guesty. And Skyjacker might be bringing something. He did pit a lap later, didn't he? He was the last to pit, pretty much, was Skyjacker. So Skyjacker still might have a bit of life in those tyres, because he is gaining on Guesty. Guesty might be slightly nervous going into the last couple of laps that he's not got the rubber to defend against Skyjacker. We will have to see. Liam Anfield is just hoping those two cars in front of him start wallowing around like they're driving in mud. But for the moment, driving for that third place is Liam Anfield. Homesick Alien, an absolute superb drive from the Alien. From he was up there, I think about fourth or third, and then spun on the curbs. And he's right dead last by about 5 or 6 seconds. And he's pulled it back now, and he's up into fourth place. One wonders what he could have done from the front. But Homesick Alien getting some much needed points. He's a championship leader on Tuesday evenings, I think. But he's only wallowing in 6th place in this championship. It is granted after one round, and he did get a penalty. for getting a bit of a premature button pushing. Guesty then 2.8 seconds ahead of Skyjacker. He's 9 seconds now ahead of Liam. Homesick Alien is catching up Liam Anfield, but not enough for to be concerned. Cthulhu Bunny's found a second wind. No, he hasn't. He closed the gap up to Cthulhu, but as we cut to him, he made a small mistake in the corner. Rido 6 seconds from his pops, but I think he's ran out of rubber. He's dropped into the 28s as Bunny has, so he probably can't gain any more than he can. He's just got to hope that Cthulhu and Bunny get into an absolute dicey thing, but Cthulhu's pulled away 1.5 seconds away from Bunny, and this looks like it's it now as they start their final lap. Guesty leads Skyjacker by 3 seconds. Skyjacker leads is ahead of Liam Anfield by 9.6 seconds. We've got Homesick Alien 10 seconds behind Liam Anfield. Cthulhu is 4.7 seconds behind Homesick Alien. Bunny is 1.8 seconds behind Cthulhu, and Bunny is 5.4 seconds ahead of Rido. Rido's 5.6 seconds ahead of Barry Twins. Barry Twins is 13.9 seconds ahead of Bandit. Bandit's got himself ahead of Ensign in amongst all of this. Great driving from these two down here. Looks like they've had an absolute cracking battle. Probably should have hung around a bit. As Ensign, they're on their final lap. Well, these are just about to start their final lap. No one's been lapped yet in this race. As they go into their final lap, still fighting. And Jokus is a little bit off of them. So here comes Guesty, 2.3 seconds ahead of Skyjacker. And Liam's got no chance of getting back into this, nor Homesick. So, that's a close battle. Bunny's closed up, back with Cthulhu. And these two are fighting it all the way to the end. Oh, I thought that was Guesty going across the line. I think it's Jokus crossing the line. And here we go then. Guesty comes up towards the line to take the win of this race. And those tyres just didn't fall off. And second place for Skyjacker. Liam Anfield grabbing himself a second podium of the evening. Championship leader, take a boo, my son. Fourth place for Homesick Alien as he gets to the line. Cthulhu still ahead of Bunny, but there's Homesick crossing the line in fourth. Cthulhu stays fifth ahead of the Bunster, and it's fifth place for Cthulhu, sixth for Bunny, seventh for Rido. Another great drive, but I imagine he'll be a bit gutted because he was a lot higher than that. Seventh for Rido. Bazza coming home in eighth place, with Ensign Ewart now ahead of Bandit. Oh, I knew I should have gone back to him. But yeah, Ensign Ewart managing to get that position away from Turtle Bandit. And he gets ninth as Bandit cruises across the line for 10th. And Jokus coming up the hill in 11th. And it wasn't the race for Jokus. Had good consistent lap times there. So it must have been a mistake that put him that far back. And he comes up towards the line to complete race 2 of round 2 of season 4 of the VGT. Great stuff. Guesty getting the win. Superb. So Guesty, a double win for Guesty this evening. A great drive. Trophy and his little reef. Well deserved. So I will take you to the race results. And here we go then. Guesty for his second win of the evening, putting his hat in the fight for this championship. Skyjacker, was that a double podium for Skyjacker this evening? I think it might have been. And Liam Anfield also on the podium. Homesick Alien just missing out in 4th, with Cthulhu in 5th and Bunny in 6th. What a blinding battle Cthulhu and Bunny were having all evening. Rido on a drive of drives there for 7th in the end, but should have been higher. Bazza in 8th. It's a lot better than the first race. Ensign Ewart and Bandit down there having themselves an all-race battle for 9th and 10th. Shame they had to make that second pit stop. The early pit stop got them in a great position, but those tyres just fell away too quickly. Jokers in 11th, and Pat bailed. Skyjacker got the fastest lap. There you go. He gets more points with a 1:25.730. And that was that, ladies and gentlemen. Next week, we are going to do this around Monza, it looks like. Yeah. Don't know if it's chicanes or no chicanes. I could tell you. It's Monza, just Monza GP. And so I'm guessing it's with chicanes. Oof. Trying to get these cars through those chicanes. You might want to rethink that and take those chicanes out. Have to petition the governing body, see if they'll take the chicanes out for next week. Because, they've already taken the chicanes out for Le Sarthe. We're doing Le Sarthe this season, seriously. Oh, wow, it's nice to have a nap now and again. So, what we got? Max 5s tomorrow. Nip over to the Max 5s and I'll tell you, I don't think we're at Willows. Are we at Willow? No, we're at Suzuka. That's it, 'cause we're going to Suzuka 3 times this week. And, yeah, that'll be our 3rd and final trip to Suzuka with the Max 5s on Friday evening, streaming live here where you find this bad boy. Hello. And then on Sunday evening, let me guess, is it something like I think it's Lago Maggiore, but that might be something else because I get all of my championships mixed up because there's so many of them. We're at, Red Bull Ring. I do remember that now. And then next Tuesday, that is where I think we're going to be. That one I said, Lago Maggiore GP, I guess. So that is your week here at the Virtual Racers Club ahead. Sounded messy, didn't it? Right, Friday, okay, we're going to be at Suzuka with the Max 5. Sunday, we're going to be with the SFR Cup, the little Toyotas. They are going to be at Red Bull Ring. And then Tuesday, we'll be racing at Lago Maggiore. And then Thursday, back here for a little bit of Monza action. You can check every information you need out at www.virtualracersclub.co.uk. Join our community on Discord. The joining thing is on our website. It'd be lovely to see you in the chat and get to know you. Get to really know you. Get to know the inner you. Reets then. Let's have a quick look through the chat because it seems plentiful. Skyjacker saying, what a race, it was cracking. Then we had a love bot in trying to get some people's credit cards. Then Ensign Newitt saying, wow, great racing with Bandit, loved it, it looked good. Liam Anfield saying, I hate that track. Liam Anfield said, and the car. Rido saying, good racing everyone. Pat saying, I agree to not liking the car. Skyjacker says, thank you Thingy. Skyjacker says, why? You're an arse. And Liam says, well done Thingy, cheers man. Ensign Newitt saying, cheers Thingy, great job. Oh, I didn't know these were all for me at the end, I wouldn't have read them out. Pat saying, might just stick it out long enough to get to Le Mans. Oh, that's not very nice. All that work. Skyjacker, Pat might stick around for Le Mans, okay? When you're sat there inputting all of those numbers, sorting out your table and writing out your brief and doing all of those little bits and bobs that's unseen by anyone, Pat might stick around for Le Mans. Come on, Pat. Don't be like that. Find the love, Pat. Where's the love, man? And Cthulhu saying, yee, that was great, Cthulhu. You and Bunny were having an absolute cracker. I was your broadcaster and your commentator, Neil Amblomi. Thank you for joining us here at the VRC, the Virtual Racers Club. And I will catch you tomorrow evening with the Max 5s at Red Bull Ring. Cheers, guys. Peace and love. Peace and love. Yeah. Welcome to Radio VRC. Next is Smooth Criminal by Michael Jackson.